What's up, guys? It's your girl LondonAlexus, and today we're recording my first YouTube video. Yay! I know I'm calm, baby. But anyway, so today I already got a couple questions that I had wrote out. Well, that I got on my phone that I'm gonna just answer because I want y'all to get to know me first before y'all actually, because y'all gonna get to know me more when I record my videos and post my videos and all that good stuff. But I want y'all to at least know a little bit about me, so when you see my content, you'll be able to see my personality for what it really is. Because one thing about me, I'm not gonna say that I'm this type of person and I'm not this H type person. Like, you're gonna ask what type of person I am for real. So I'm gonna start with this first question. It says, do you do hair? So I braid hair. I'm a braider, but I specialize in knotless braids, box braids, and soft locks. But I also start locks, retwist locks, and color hair. And I've been doing that for a couple years now. I think a couple is an understatement, but you all understand that.
Bitch, what?
The next question is, what's your favorite color? My favorite color is pink, but I love black too. So, and it's crazy because like all my clothes mainly be black. Like, this is the first colored hoodie I hadn't had in a long time. Like, literally in a long time.
Bitch, is you blind?
You say, who's your favorite rapper and what's your favorite song? My favorite rapper. It's kind of hard to say because, like, I'm very versatile in my music. I fuck with more than one rapper for real. So it's like, I'm gonna just give you three. So I fuck with Broadway, I fuck with Kendrick Lamar, and I fuck with Emily Chopper. Oh wait, this should say, yeah, what's your favorite song? So I take that back. My favorite rapper is a really Glorilla. And my favorite song by her would be How I Look featuring Megan Thee Stallion. Well, sorry, not sorry, because I really don't care. My next question is, what's your biggest pet peeve? Ooh. But it say, what's my biggest pet peeve? Not like how many pet peeves I have. I think my biggest pet peeve would have to be assuming something about me and then getting mad when I don't believe it.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Because it's kind of like, why would you get mad at me because I don't believe what you think about me, or I don't care about what you think about me? The only person I give a fuck about what they think is myself. So at the end of the day, none you bitches are going through is bothering me.
Nothing you bitches are going through is bothering me.
Somebody said, are you gay? Give me a minute. Oh, I'm sapiosexual. Do you be in a lot of drama? No. Nah. What I came to realize within the last year or so is that it bothers people when you don't be in nobody else's business but your own. Like, when you find your lane, you make your own lane, you stay in your lane and worry about yourself and stuff that matter to you, that bothers a lot of people. Especially people that have low self-esteem and don't have nothing else to do with their life. Like, nothing else to do with their free time. Like, they life revolve around them. They life revolve around them, like, being in other people's business. And I don't understand it. Because I be like, we grown. Why are you out here worried about what the next person got going on? Worry about yourself. Because the crazy thing about it is they be so worried about what other people got going on that they don't even know what they got going on for themselves. Amen? Okay. Next was, do you have a lot of friends? I would say I have more associates than I do friends. Because, you know, a friend is a person that'll never sit there and lie to you. They'll always try to tell you what's right, regardless of how bad it hurts to hear the truth. Because nowadays, I think these new generation of people don't know how to be friends for real. Because friends are people that lift each other up, motivate each other, support each other, and love each other unconditionally. It's like a sisterhood. But people don't know what a sisterhood is. Motherfuckers watch baddies all day, every day, 24/7, and think that that's a sisterhood. Because, like, y'all click up because y'all don't like people. Nah, that's weird and lame. And stay the fuck away from me if you like that. So, matter of fact, if you like that, just don't even come around me. And I hope you're not like that watching my video. Because if you are, can you politely scroll, like, pause my video and get off my page, please? Thank you. Next question. Do I have male friends, and if so, how many? I was gonna say 4, but let me double check. Okay, so I have 3. I have my boy best friend. We've been best friends since I was in middle. Since I think we both were in middle school, and then he switched schools and went from public school. So I think that's considered. I don't know if it's a private school or not, but other than that, other than him, his name Fred. Hey, bestie. And other than that, it's 2. I got a friend named Zach, and then I got a friend named Nick. So other than that, it's just them 3. Next question. How many sisters and brothers do you have? So I have 1 little sister and 4 little brothers. What high school did I go to? I went to Greenville High School. Have I ever failed a grade? No. Have you ever been out of state? If so, where and how many times? So, originally I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Greenville, the Delta, the 38701. I visited Chicago, Illinois, like, I think there was probably once or twice. I visited Memphis like 2-3 times, and then I moved here. I went to Texas after I graduated high school in 2020, and then I stayed there till August of 2022. I moved back to my hometown. I went to visit my dad in Michigan a couple times, but he lived in different parts. I went to Baldwin when he lived in Baldwin. I went there like I think once or twice. Then I went to when he lived in Grand Rapids like once, and then I went to Reed City once. I visited my Uncle Red in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I visited him in 2016, the summer of 2016. It was so live, and the crazy thing about it was so hot. Like, it was like 110 degrees. Like, it was hot. It was real hot. I said I wanted to go back though, but I will. What is your favorite hairstyle? I'm sorry. I ain't even sorry about this. My favorite hairstyle is braids. Because I'm not going to lie to you. It's clutch. So somebody asked me how tall I am. So I'm 5'5". She 5'5". My driver's license say 5'6". But it's because my shoes had platforms on it. I was wearing platform bands. The black ones. It say, what is my zodiac sign? I'm a big Libra. Not a little Libra. I'm a big Libra. I'm a real Libra, October 1, not a September 1. What are my hobbies? So my hobbies are meditation, journaling, learning new languages, exercising, shopping, mainly online shopping. My social anxiety be bad when I shop in person sometimes. video games. I love gaming. I be needing somebody to play Fortnite with me. But, you know, let me know if y'all want to play Fortnite with me, because we can play Fortnite. That's what I would consider my hobbies. How would you define success? I would define success by saying, like, when I notice that when I post my videos and I encourage or motivate somebody in a way, or help a person get through a hard time, or like, you know, I just uplift people. Like, just finding out that one of my videos literally changed the life of somebody else or help them in some way, shape, or form. That's what I define success. I know I made it when I realized that I'm actually helping people and changing people's lives, inspiring people. What is my love language? So, well, wait. Yeah, what is my love language? So, my love language would have to be words of affirmation, gift receiving, and physical touch. Because, like, one thing about me, when I show love, I try to show love to the person in a way that they receive it as well. But when I first started actually just showing love, period, I know for a fact, like, let's say I'm out somewhere and I see something that you might like, I'll buy it for you without actually thinking twice about it. I'll definitely make sure they got your size, and if they got your size, I'm paying for it. That's it. You say, what motivates you? So what motivates me is pretty much just watching other people that I look up to, like, as role models, and, you know, taking inspiration, using inspiration I get from them to encourage myself to keep pushing. Because I just reached my first content goal on TikTok. I'm at 10K on TikTok right now. And it's like, I never thought in my life that I'd actually be able to hit 10K, because I was back on Instagram in 2014 and 2016 without a Dub Smash creators and dancers and stuff. And I think my Instagram had got to like it was somewhere between 4 to 7K. I almost hit it then. But I was going through a lot at the time. So it was like I kind of started slacking. I couldn't actually see if I was slacking because it was because of me or if it was because of other people around me. But really what it was is it was people that was around me that didn't want to see me hit a certain point, because one thing about it, people will love to see you doing good. They just don't want to see you do better than them. So they'll do anything that they can in their power to literally just try to, you know, belittle you or degrade you and bring down your light, or try to dim your light in any way they can. But you can't dim mine, because one thing about it, what's for me is for me, and can't nobody stop it, not even God. Do you hear me? Did you hear me? Oh, okay. It says, what makes you angry? I think what makes me angry the most is when I tell somebody about something that they did that bothered me, and then they try to use that moment to throw what they was mad at like weeks or months or years ago on me then at that moment. Like, you had all the time in the world to want to tell me about what bothers you, but why would you wait till I tell you what bothered me for you to tell me what bothered you? Narcissist? And then also what makes me mad is when people try to trump my trauma. Like, they try to be like, I'll tell you, like, oh, something happened to me that I didn't like. I mean, something happened to me, but it really affected me and bothered me in a way where I had literally, like, my mental health declined terribly. And then they'll try to be like, oh, when it happened to me, I was that. Or I went through way worse than it. Like, okay, I don't understand who we talking about right now. Like, is it about me? Was I venting or were you venting? Because I'm confused. What kind of music do you like? So I'm more of a pop girl. I've always been a pop girl. I like pop music, country music, indie music, and R&B. I mean, I fuck with rap, but but it's more like hip hop type. But that's why I said my favorite rappers are mainly the females, because like they rap about stuff that I can relate to. I can't relate to most of the shit the niggas talk about nowadays, because I don't understand what they be. Then like I be realizing that a lot of some of these rappers out here, they be rapping about stuff that they ain't never been through for real, or they rap about a lifestyle that they don't live, and I don't fuck with that. I don't jack that at all. Do you collect anything? I collect plushies. Yeah. How would you describe your fashion sense? So I would describe it as alternative, punk, gothic, but like what kills me about me knowing that I know what my aesthetic is, and I know for a fact at the same time I pull off more than one aesthetic. Like I'm alternative, but I'm streetwear at the same time. But I have a hint of like cottage core in there a little bit. Like it'll be like a cottage core type of outfit, like a type piece in my outfit every now and again. But mainly I do streetwear and goth punk, like punk goth. What is my greatest achievement? My greatest achievements is what I'm gonna say. My first greatest achievement was moving into my own place, was getting my first place, then was getting my first car. No, it was graduating high school, getting my first car, getting my first apartment, hitting 10K on TikTok, because like y'all, I'm so geeked out that y'all just don't understand. And then on top of that, my greatest achievement was, I'm not gonna lie, I think it was definitely the high school diploma, because I was going through a dark time. I had lost my son in February, and his birthday was February 8th, 2019, and it is February the 2nd. It's 2/42, by the way. So his birthday coming up in a few days, but this is not about that. But anyway, so yeah, I was going through like a real depressive period. I was down and out. I was damn near about to quit school, not finna go back to school. I wasn't even finna withdraw. I was just finna stop going. Like, I was so depressed. And then I had to think about it. I was like, I only got 1 year left after this. I was a junior. So I was like, do I want to quit, or do I want to graduate for my son? And I graduated for my son. Without God, I want to graduate. I promise you. One thing people wouldn't typically know about me. One thing I think that people wouldn't typically know about me is that I'm normally a quiet person. I'm mainly to myself. You don't really catch me with a lot of people. I'm more like I'm an ambivert, but I come off introverted a lot. Like, an ambivert is a person that's introverted and extroverted, but it depends on who they with. Like, I always wanted to be that extroverted girl, but like at the same time, it's just kind of like I kind of take pride in staying at home, doing my skincare, playing the game. Like, it's just like more stuff that I like doing inside. But like, what made me start realizing I was more of an extrovert was like, I love dressing up with my friends and spending time with my friends, going places, doing stuff, trying new things. Why did you start YouTube? So this is my final time starting YouTube. So the first few times I started YouTube back in, I think it was 2021. Yeah, I started in 2021. I started in 2022. And I said I was going to start again when I hit 10K on TikTok. And here we are. Because honestly, one thing I love about YouTube is that you can be yourself on any platform. I feel like if you just in touch with being your authentic self, then you really ain't got nothing to worry about. So with me knowing I don't care about how people perceive me, because I'm going to be myself at the end of the day. Because if I can't be myself around you, I'm going to just stay away from you so I can continue to be myself, because there's no reason for me to explain to you why I'm uncomfortable with the fact that you're trying to diminish me. and I'm good. So I started YouTube because I wanted to inspire other people and help people realize that it's never too late to start to do anything. Like, no matter how old you are, how young you are, it's never too late to start. Like, the only thing that's hindering you from reaching your full potential is you not starting. Like, post them drafts. Yeah, you right here, yes, you post your draft. Why you got all them drafts? You said you want to be a content creator, but you got all them drafts in your phone. You said you wanted to be a YouTuber, but you ain't started. You said you wanted to be a fashion designer, but you ain't started making no designs. You said you wanted to start journaling, but you ain't even got a journal. Like, the only thing that's stopping you is yourself. The fear of, what she say? The fear of looking stupid is holding you back. And at this point, I feel like, who cares what anybody else thinks? Because people gonna have their own opinion anyway. So just do what's best for you at the end of the day. Like, there's no real reason why you should really just care about what the next person thinks, because people are always gonna think less of you anyway because they want to feel high about themselves. Like, I feel like people with low self-esteem ain't gonna do nothing but try to make your self-esteem lower because they see that you untouchable and they can't fuck with you. Okay? So yeah, definitely just keep doing it. If you want to do it, if you want to do it, do it. You miss 99.9% of the risks that you don't take. So do it. Live life. You only got this one life. Live it. And it's all an experience. It's a journey. I hate when people feel like life is a race. It's not. Just because your friend got this many followers don't mean that you can't have those many followers. You don't know how long it took them to get there, how much blood, sweat, and tears that they put into what they were doing for them to get that far. So just do it. And it's never a competition. You're not in a competition with nobody. You just it's a journey. You on a journey by yourself. So do it. Like, would you rather start the day and see your 5 years worth of progress and be like super proud of yourself? Or would you rather wake up 5 years from now knowing that you still said you wanted to start, but you ain't started, so you won't know what your life would have been like had you started? I don't want to be in regret of me not doing nothing that I said I wanted to do for my life, or nothing, well, for myself in my life, because the only person that can get that stuff done is me. And as long as you put in taking action towards those goals and those dreams that you have for yourself, it's possible. You can reach them. Just don't give up. I know it might be other people in your ear and other people around you and things that go on in your life that may hinder you or may try to stop you or drag you down, but that's the devil. Don't let that stop you. Put all them feelings into that work, okay? But also take the time to feel those feelings, okay? That's why I said I take pride in journaling. I gotta buy a new journal right now anyway, so I'm probably gonna do that after I finish the video. But definitely do that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Within 5 years, I see myself with my first YouTube plaque on this channel, me starting and growing my second channel, which is gonna be my gaming channel, working with like big name brands like in fashion and clothing. Like I said, fashion and clothing. In fashion and cosmetics, like makeup and skincare. So like my house would look like, it would have like floor to ceiling windows. I don't really care how many. I just really want the floor to ceiling windows. Some with stairs, like an upstairs. It's like a 2-car garage. A house that's pushed a little back from the street. Like it's not easy to just walk up the sidewalk to get to my house. Like, it's gonna be a gate that you have to go through to get to my house or into my neighborhood or whatever the case may be. I see myself driving a Mercedes-Benz, and I want an all-black one. With my life savings put up, with my kids' futures money put up, like they college, like they college tuition. And life insurance is already built up. Like, they'll never have to want for nothing, never need for nothing. Like, they'll be financially set for the rest of their life. I also see myself going back to college, because, like, I started college in 2020, but, like, due to COVID, making it harder, like, shutting down schools and making it harder for people to actually get that in-school experience, I think that's what really held me back from going. And that's why my mind be like, oh, you need to go back. You can go back, but where am I going to go? Well, I can go back, but what am I going to go back for? Like, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do and a lot of degrees that I want to get, because why am I only limiting myself to a certain degree. And I know it's a lot of things. I'm good at everything. Like, I can pick up on anything and do it. Like, I'm a fast learner. I catch on to everything. It's easy for me to do stuff. But when it come down to me, I have a business plan, but I'm not going to say what it is. But I know for a fact that I also plan to go to cosmetology school and get my cosmetology degree. Yep. And then I see myself also going to dental school or to a dental program where I can become a dental assistant, and I can get my certification that way as well. And I'm gonna do all that, and I see I'm gonna do all that. I'm doing all that. So that's pretty much where I see myself in 5 years, traveling the world, spending more time with my loved ones, you know, just doing things that I love and I always wish that I would have prioritized growing up. That would have got me farther than I would have been now. But like I said, it's never too late to start. So I'm gonna definitely keep working towards the stuff that the goals that I set for myself, and definitely keep prioritizing what I feel is important to myself. Because if I keep putting myself on the back burner for other people, I'll never know how to prioritize myself. If I keep I keep sweeping stuff over the rug, people will continue to walk over me. And it's just the truth. And I'm not doing that no more. It's 2025. I'm not finna be letting nobody walk over me, treat me no kind of way, make me feel like I'm less than, or try to make me feel like my goals are unrealistic because you know that you couldn't achieve them. But that's why everybody's goals are different. My favorite childhood memory. One day, me and my cousin Jaden, we was outside. It was me, him, and the whole neighborhood, matter of fact. The whole neighborhood playing baseball outside my grandma's house when we was living on the West. And it was so crazy, dude. Like, we were mad young. And we was playing baseball. So I'm trying to tell my cousin, like, come this way. Like, the driveway, it's like the house is here. The driveway is right here. And the yard is right here. So the yard is like right here. So I'm telling him, since the front window to the living room is right here, I'm telling him to like come up some from the curb and then swing the bat out toward the street so it don't hit the window. He was like, I'm not gonna hit the window. He hit the window. And when I tell you, everybody scattered out, like everybody dipped. Everybody scattered off. Like, it was so funny, bro, because I'm sitting there looking like, dude, I just sat here and told this man that if he don't adjust himself, he gonna hit the window. And he hit the window. And then, like, knowing me, I was riding for my cousins. Like, well, especially that cousin. That cousin been there with me through everything that I've been through. And I still talk to him, and I love him to this day. Love you so much. But I sat there and tried to take the blame for it. My grandma sat there and looked at me and said, I know you ain't do it because I saw you. And I was like, you sure you saw me? And she was like, yeah, I saw you. And I was like, oh, Lord. So then he was like, bro, I'm going to just come clean. So he had told me, like, you know, so he told the truth and he told his dad. And boy, I think that was one of the first times I ever seen him cry. For real. But that was crazy. Question was, what is the most challenging experience I ever had? I think the most challenging experience that I had played a role into what I was telling y'all about with my son. Like, so it's junior year, August. We started school in August, the first Monday in August. So, you know, I was keeping up with my cycle, but I was very irregular. So it was like I would skip a couple months. So I would never really know when I was coming on, but I always had my stuff to be sure. So I remember I had got my last period in June, and then I was like, I wonder if I'm coming on in July. But, you know, I never just looked into it. So I had missed it, and then I came on in August, and I missed September. And then October had rolled around, and I was like, why did I miss my period? In July. But I came on in August, and then I skipped September. And then October rolled around, and then, you know, it's like the third week. Like it's the second weekend of October going into the third week. Like, it's a Saturday. And my great grandma was talking to me. She was like, she was like, I just had a question. And I was like, what's wrong? She was like, oh, there's nothing wrong. She was, I just want to know something. And I said, okay, cool. So she was like, have you seen your period this month? And I was like, hold on, have I? Yeah, when I tell y'all, it took me like 15 minutes to think about it, y'all. It was so crazy. Like, I promise you, it took me 15 minutes to think about it. And I said, I don't think I have. I don't remember. She whispered in my ear. She told me, come here. And then she whispered in my ear. She was like, we gonna go to the store tomorrow to buy you a pregnancy test just to see. And I said, okay. So the next day roll around. We go to the store. I'm like super nervous. Like I'm super anxious. And you know, she bought it for me. She was holding my hand. She told me like everything's gonna be okay. Like it's nothing to worry about. It's not gonna make us love you less. You know, I'm here for you and I love you. So if you are, you are, and if you're not, you're not. So I never really just like had the conversation about having sex. I think it was like almost 10 months before we started actually doing it. So got it. I went home, I took it. I told her come in the bathroom with me, and I was literally like this the whole time, my hands over my face because I was scared to look at it. Well, over my glasses because I was scared to look at it. So she sat there and told me, she was like, it's possible. And I was like, no, it can't be. And then I started crying because I was like, well, what does that mean? Like, what's gonna happen now? Like, how am I gonna explain this to anybody? So, as they say, I hid it, but I was not hiding it. If you didn't ask me, I wasn't telling you. This is me not voluntarily giving you something to talk about. Like I've always been like that though, and I'm still like that. I'm not just gonna voluntarily tell you stuff. So when it came down to making my first doctor's appointment, well, we had to tell my grandma. My great grandma was with me. She practically told my grandma. Well, she showed my grandma, and then I had told my I tried to tell my dad on the phone with my grandma, and then he said something that hurt my feelings. But you know, they say he said stuff out of anger, and he was upset and stuff like that. But my thing about it is, dude, I was a kid, so I was kind of like, you know, saying anything out of your neck that you knew that would actually hurt my feelings was something that shouldn't have been said or done. Like, you know, like, especially at that point, because all I needed really around me was some support. Back to the story. Grandma called to set up my first doctor's appointment, and then they had told me I was 7 months pregnant. But I was so small, you couldn't tell that I was far. It's like, school started in August. I didn't go to the doctor for the first time till November. Yep, we set up my first doctor's appointment. The doctor told me that I had something called placenta previa, and also that I wasn't producing enough amniotic fluid, which was causing a blockage in my son's lung because he couldn't urinate. So the doctor had sent me to a specialty doctor. I was going to a lot of doctors around end of November going into end of December. Like I was going to the doctor every other week. So they told me I was considered high risk because my baby wasn't turned the right way. And his due date was February the 28th. But I had him 20 days early. I had him on the 8th. Yeah, so after they sent me to the specialty doctor was like, I don't know no other way to tell y'all. He said he was going to tell the truth. It was going to hurt. And I was like, it's going to hurt. And like I said, my mind is still, like I'm still like a child in my mind. Because it's like, I wasn't really understanding what how bad it could be. Like, so, you know, for a fact, me and the father of my kids, he came to every doctor appointment that he can come to. He did. And I was like, okay, I know for a fact I want him here. But at the same time, I'm not only thinking about me, I'm thinking about him because it's not only just me going through it, it's me and him going through it. It was our baby. We did that together. So he wanted his mom and his sister in the room. And I wanted my great grandma and my grandma in the room. So I had told him, like, okay, like this everybody. Like you might as well just go and rip the band-aid off, just go and tell us. So after he had told us that it was either one of two chances that was gonna happen. The first chance was either no matter what they tried to do, our son wasn't gonna make it, or neither one of us was gonna make it from the C-section. Because they told me having him naturally was not an option because his feet was first instead of his head. So it was kind of, you know, difficult for me to process. And it took me, I ain't gonna lie, it took me like 3 years to process that. Because I blamed myself, even though I wasn't to blame. But, you know, I didn't know that. It just was like something in my heart just broke. Like it shattered. into a million pieces. And no matter how hard I tried to patch it up, I couldn't. And I tried my best to, you know, like ask as many questions as I could. Like, what would be the outcome then? Like, what would be what should I do? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't even know. So, you know, I got upset. But what kind of caught my attention was I wasn't the one that was crying. My grandma was the one that was crying. My baby daddy was the father. I don't even like calling him that. The father of my kids was upset, and I could see that because, like I said, that was our first child. We had our first kids together. So you know what I'm saying. And he did everything he could to keep my spirits up, to, you know, help me feel the extra love that I needed at that time. That's why I really appreciated him, and I was grateful that I met him and got to call him the father of my kids. Because, like, without him, I don't know what would have been going on, where I would have been for real. Because that was, like, my first real heartbreak as, like, growing up. That really was my first one. I mean, yeah, we tried again. And again and again. And then we finally had our oldest daughter. And she'll be 4 this June. And then our youngest daughter just turned 2 on the 20th of December. So I'm grateful and I thank God for that and for them. So, you know, it's kind of like when we was experiencing one of the hardest challenges in our lives, it was like we solely had to rely on each other. And it wasn't like a codependency. It wasn't a trauma bond. It was just us going out of our way to make sure that we had each other back. Because the day I went in labor, he had left for a school field trip we were supposed to be on. So my teacher, I had a couple of my teachers who were aware that I was pregnant because of certain things that was going on at the time in school. And I know when it came down to certain stuff, I didn't want them worrying about me trying, you know, and freaking out. So I told the ones that I trusted. So I took a lady named Miss Wells. I took her 7th period. And he took her 6th, I think it was 6th period. Yeah, he took her 6th period. I took her 7th period. And we had a field trip. We were supposed to go to Jackson, which was crazy because I had to go to Jackson anyway to have my baby because my doctor had to be there. And my doctor couldn't come to to Greenville. They had to go to Jackson. So I had to meet them in Jackson. So all I know is I get up. I'm struggling to get up. Yeah, I was struggling to get up out the bed. But, you know, it wasn't as hard as it was because I kind of learned like a cool little trick to get out the bed. So it was fun. It was funny. So all I know was I'm hopping out. I'm waddling down the hallway, walking out my room, me and my sister's room. And, you know, I'm not talking about my little sister. So I'm waddling out of my room, in the bathroom. And all I know is I'm using the bathroom, but something feels off. So kind of like, you know, like how when you on your, like as a woman, like when you on your cycle and you feel a blood clot coming out, you'll feel it. So all I felt was felt like something had pushed through and I didn't know what it was. So I just, you know, spread my thighs and looked. And then I immediately picked my phone up off the counter beside me by the toilet. And I called my grandma. She wasn't answering the phone. She didn't answer the phone. So then I had text my sister. I had text Danger and I was like, bro, I said, answer, bro. I said, I tried to wake my up, answer the phone. And then she was like, when I tell you, y'all, Deja jumped up out the bed and she sprinted across the hallway to my grandma room. She had, bro, next thing I know, my grandma and my sister had woke up. My sister, like, she's like, you okay? Are you okay? What's going on? You okay? Deja's like, I'm finna call 911. I'm finna call him. So she called him and stuff like this. So, you know, I'm in the bathroom. I asked them, like, am I supposed to flush? Do they want me to get up? Like, what am I supposed to do? And they was like, just sit there until somebody comes, and then they're gonna let you know when to get dressed. They want to make sure that they want to make sure that they see it so they can make notes and make sure that they tell the doctor. So when the doctor see you, they know what they need to do. Go ahead and do for you. So after I sat there, yeah, it took them so long to come. I swear to God, that shit that pissed me off. I was like, at this point, my grandma would have been better off just driving me to Jackson, literally. So they picked me up and we had done some reading for a while. The father of my kids had told me he made it to Jackson. Like, you know, they was doing the stuff that they were supposed to be doing on the itinerary, which is crazy because I was getting up early because I supposed to be went on the field trip with him. And my teacher, me and him, my teacher, our teacher sat us together, so because she said that she know for a fact that he'll be able to help me and he'll know what's going on and stuff like that. So we sat there. I sat there the whole time. It felt like I sat there 45 minutes to an hour. Like literally, my ass was asleep. Like I mean, it was numb. Like I just was sitting there, and I mean, it was just to the point where I just felt like wobbly and stuff. And then I tried to put some clothes on, but I was planning on putting my school clothes on. But my grandma said, "You ain't putting that shit on. You're not going to school today." So I'm like, oh, okay. So then she brought me some sweatpants and a t-shirt and a jacket because you know, she didn't want me to be cold. So I had texted him and told him when they told me that my water had broke. I had called him. I was like, hey, where y'all at now? He said, we on the bus. He said, what's wrong? I said, nothing. I'm going into labor now. He was like, where you at? I said, I'm in Delta Regional, but they finna get ready to transport me to Jackson. And he was like, well, you already know I'm in Jackson. He said, I'm finna call my mama. So he called his mama. His mama called my grandma. And then they talking on the phone and stuff like this. So his mom and his sister was in Greenville. So they came to the hospital. Then they had told us that when we got ready to leave out, or like an hour and a half before they let me leave to go to Jackson, they went to track him. They went to follow him on the school bus so they can go get him off the school bus so he can come. My teacher had already knew what was going on. My teacher was fully aware and everything. Like she already knew that the time was coming somehow anyway that month. So she was already aware. And she was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. He's clear. Go ahead and take him and keep me posted. So, you know, all my classmates, I'm on the phone with him, all my classmates saying, to my son, you know, like, you know, safe delivery, safe travel, stuff like that. And he like, thank you and stuff like that. And then next thing I know, I'm off to Jackson. I get to Jackson. You know, let me tell y'all about the craziest thing about that. And this is like not off topic, but it was funny. Isn't crazy. Y'all tell me why it was three MTs. I think it was like 3 or 4 of them. So one of them was this bigger dark skinned man. He had a little haircut. One of them was brown skin and skinny with waves. And then the other one had dreads. Well, locks. I don't like calling them dreads. Locks. He had locks. And he was light skinned. So tell me why they pulled over in the process of taking me to Jackson to go stop at this Jamaican place to get food, and the dude had stopped and got some jambalaya. Yes, he stopped and got jambalaya. And then he asked me, he said, do you want some? And I was like, can I have some? He was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. He was like, but I'm sorry, it's good. And I was like, at least give me some since you're going to eat it. Like, if you're going to eat it in my face, just give me some anyway. Like, just give me a spoonful. I'm not going to just sit there and be just, like, share. Like, I don't want it that bad. Like what you offered it to me, I definitely wanted it. But I was asking him, like, can I have it? Because I didn't know if I could eat or not. Like, they never specified and told me if I could eat anything or not. So, next thing I know, we make it there. If I'm not mistaken, I think I waited in the waiting room for probably about 15 minutes. Oh, I said about 15 minutes. And then after I went from the waiting room to the triage floor, which is the maternity floor, I think they told me I could finally eat. And it was at this point, it was like 5 p.m. And then it was like 15 minutes after that. I bet y'all like, it's always 15. But no, there's literally like 15. So, yeah, about 15 minutes after that, she told me, after she told me I could eat, I was sitting there eating my sandwich. Like, he went to Subway and got me a sandwich. And then, no, he went to McDonald's and got me McDonald's because they brought me a sandwich, but I didn't like the stuff that was on it, so he fixed my sandwich for me, right? And then, I started eating my sandwich, but I was still hungry, and McDonald's was still open until like, I think like 2 o'clock. So, around this time, you know, some time rolled by, the doctor come in, they checked me, they was like, you're about 4 centimeters dilated. So I was like, what does that mean? They was like, when you got here, you was 2, but now you're 4. So that means you're going to have the baby anytime now. So I'm like, so what does that mean? So next thing I know, they come back again and I'm 7. Then they come back again and I'm 9. And then they tell me like, it's time, we got to take you. So I was like, okay, I want him to come with me. Like, I'm not trying to go by myself. Like, I don't want him to miss this. I don't want to do this by myself. And they're like, you don't have to. But what made me upset about that was, they prepped me, got me ready for surgery. Um, I guess the anesthesia was so hard on me because I was so young at the time that it knocked me out. I just keep remembering me fighting me finna fall asleep from the medicine. I'm like, where is he? Did you go get him? Like, I want him in here. Is he in here? Where is he? I want him to hold my hand. Where is he? And I'm just looking for him. And they was like, he was in there. And I found out they lied to me. He told me when he came in, he said that I had already had the baby. So I was pissed. And then after that, they took me to recovery. What you're not supposed to do in recovery is like try to move around on your own because you're supposed to rest. That's where you're supposed to rest. I didn't rest. I didn't want to rest. I wanted to see my baby. And then I also wanted to see my boyfriend because we were together. So I wanted to see him. I wanted to see if he was okay. See how he felt about everything. Try to also, worry about him while I was also worried about myself at the same time. Because there's a lot to go through on every aspect as a child. You're a teenager. We're still kids. We were under 18. So I still consider that being a kid. So I was like, I can't do this. I don't want to be down here. I kept pressing the button on my bed. I kept telling the nurse, like, I'm ready to leave. I don't want to be in here anymore. And then when they came in there, like, she was like, your nurse will be back in 20 minutes. She's going to prepare your room for you. And I was like, I don't want to wait. So I started taking the stuff off my hands. I started wiggling my toes, I was moving so I could get the feeling back in my body. Because I knew for a fact either they was going to come get me right then or I was getting out that bitch myself and I was going to go. Because I wasn't going to do that. I didn't want to be there. I had other stuff that I was worried about that I did not want to sit there. What was I laying there for? Like, that's how I felt at the time. So, after all that go by, all that time passed. So, I think I forgot what time it was. I think I had him in like, was it 2:08 in the morning? Yep. Because they took me to surgery around 12. Yeah, they took me to surgery around 12. And I had him at like 2:08 in the morning. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning. And, y'all tell me why I found out the whole time I was in recovery, when I was asleep at first, my grandma was down there trying to go see the baby without me. Brother, this guy stinks. And like whole time I'm like, bro, they're not gonna let you go in there without me because they don't know who you are or who you going to go see. Like they don't know because they don't have nothing to confirm for you to get in there. Like they had to wait on me. Like he could have got in there because he had a thing, but he couldn't get her in there. I had to get her in there. But he didn't let nobody go in there. He didn't let nobody use him and go in there either because he didn't want to go in there till I was ready. We wanted to go in at the same time. We wanted to be comfortable enough because we knew for a fact, even though we had family there with us, we knew that we were our main support. Like we were each other's support system at that point in our life. Like we didn't really care. Like to me, if it was up to me, wouldn't nobody have been at the hospital with me but him. Like that's just me though. But so we had went in there. It was me, him, his mom, his sister, my grandma, and Deja. My great grandma wanted to come, but it was just like a lot to do at one point, and we didn't want, they didn't want to overcrowd my room. They just still owe me a hairstyle for that. They supposed to did my hair before. She probably did my hair as soon as I got there, but due to the doctors coming in and out a lot, it was gonna kind of be a little hard. Then too, I was bound to my bed. They wouldn't let me leave my bed by myself. Like if I had to use the bathroom, they would tell me to either wake a nurse up or wake him up. But I told him I'll just let you sleep because this was it's been a long day for both of us. Like you deserve to rest just as much as I do. And he was like, nah. He said, I'm not even worried about that. He said I can sleep when I go home. He said, but if you need to get up and go to the bathroom, let me know and I'll take you to the bathroom. So even though that the stay wasn't as positive as we hoped, he still made it a positive memory for me. We got we got to go see our son. We went down to the intensive care unit, and we went to go see him. We finally got down there to see him, and y'all, we couldn't do nothing but cry. That baby looked it just like us. Just like us. He looked it just like us. I promise y'all, he looked just like us. And then, you know, the doctor had kind of told us, like, you know, so as you know, you might want to try to spend as much time with him as you can, because he's not going to live that long. He doesn't have much longer left. His lungs were punctured very bad. And, you know, they wanted mainly me and him to hold him. Like, they gave everybody else, like, you know, like maybe 5 minutes to, you know, try to, you know, just embrace him and love him. But when it came down to us, they said, we're going to send your family back upstairs. Yeah, we're going to send our families back upstairs so y'all can actually just, you know, sit here and, you know, just love on him and stuff. So, you know, they took some pictures, and everybody had their pictures. Everybody that was there with us in there took pictures with him. We took pictures with him. And the nurse had took us back upstairs, and it was like, it's getting around that time for them to take him off life support. And they had asked us, did we want him in the room with us when they did it? And I told them my heart couldn't take it, because it couldn't. So we agreed that we didn't want to be around when they did that. But now that I'm actually reflecting on it and thinking about it, I kind of think that was the best choice for us, because I don't know what would have happened had I would have sat there and just watched it. I already have good memories of my son. Like, even though my pregnancy didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to, and the way that we wanted it to, we still made it the best that we could. Let me tell y'all what made me mad. So, we cremated him, right? Tell me why we left the hospital. They never gave us his remains. And then we went to Jackson. We went back to Jackson to go get them, and they didn't have them. They did not have them. But one thing about it, I left my baby box with my mom, because I couldn't just sit there and look at it, you know? It's like, I was just having such a hard time that anytime I looked at it, I just went right, the cycle started again. I was back in that same place that I tried so hard to get out of. Because even though they say time heals, I kind of feel like time doesn't heal. Talking does. Because, yeah, you can try to put it on the back. You can try to stay busy to not focus on it, but it's still going to be there. So that's why I tell people all the time, like, if you feel upset, it's okay to feel upset. It's okay to not to be okay, because you're not going to always be okay all the time. You're not going to always be happy. You're not going to always be smiling. You're going to be wanting time to yourself sometimes, which is perfectly fine. It's only not okay to the people that can't do it themselves. So I just be feeling like, personally, when I wanted to just, you know, live through him, like have him live through me. Like, I try to use, anytime I feel low, I pray to God and I talk to him. And I pray that my son is always watching me, because my son is always in my heart. I got my son name tattooed right here. Let me show it to y'all real quick, if I can, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. I had went through so much, and it kind of had me feeling like I just didn't know what was gonna be next in my life. Like, I didn't know where I was going, what I was doing. And I think that's probably why I didn't finish college, because, like, even though it had already happened, it just made me feel less than, like I just couldn't do it. But like, I'm trying to show y'all. So it's my son's name right here and his birthday. And his name was Tyler Jafar Williams. And his birthday was February the 8th. I don't know if y'all can see it. But yeah. I lost my son. I was going through postpartum depression. And what made it worse was my separation anxiety. And what made it worse was that having separation anxiety from a person that's no longer living is a different type of hurt. But the world keeps spinning. The world didn't stop because I got traumatized. It's kind of how it be. The world don't stop because you got your heart broke. The world don't stop because you lost your job. The world don't stop because your mom died, your dad died, and you lost your best friend. The world does not stop. That's why you keep pushing. That's why I keep pushing. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was gonna answer some more questions I had got off this, but it's 4 p.m. and I kind of need a break. All right, guys. So I'm gonna close this video out right here. Thank you for watching my get to know me video. It's your girl LondonAlexus. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.